Okay, this video is going to cover the idea of theme and theme topic. And by the end of this video, you'll understand how to identify the theme or the theme topic of a story using the different parts of the plot plus the title. So as a reminder, make sure that you look for the little pencil mark and make sure you're stopping to take notes. Use the rule of 5 to get the ideas down in your own words. And pause as often as you need to, but especially when you see the pause button show up. Alright, so let's look at first of all what theme is. Here are some possible definitions for theme. You'll need to pick one that works best for you. It could be defined as the life lesson about a topic to be learned from the story, the message about a particular topic that the author is trying to get across throughout the text, or the truth about a life topic revealed in the story. Essentially, you take a big idea like loyalty or family, and you use the story to say something about that idea. So let's look at what the difference is between a theme topic and the theme itself. First of all, here's some examples of theme topics, things like family, power, loyalty, friendship, sacrifice, good versus evil, discovery. These kind of big idea topics that the story could tell you something about. Notice that it's not any particular event or any particular character. It's just this big idea about life. Now, here are some examples of themes. Let's take the topic of family. Perhaps a story, its message is that families can help you through hard times. That would be one way of one message that a story could have, and lots of stories could have that same theme but be completely different in what happens in them. Friendship is another topic, and maybe the message or theme is that real friendship may require sacrifice. So there's an example of moving from another topic, to an actual message or theme. Finally, let's look very quickly at the idea of loyalty. Perhaps a story says something about loyalty, and specifically that without loyalty, friendships end. That one's actually both friendship and loyalty. So you can have more than one topic that a story addresses, but the theme will always be the specific message. So take a minute in your notes and answer the question, what's the difference between a theme topic and a theme? All right, pause and do that. Okay, let's go over some key points about the idea of a theme topic. First of all, most stories are not going to state it directly. The author is not going to come out and tell you, this story is really about family, or this story is really about good versus evil. And instead, it's something that you pick up or is revealed through this story, something you make an inference about. You have to be able to explain the theme topic using evidence from the story. You can't say that it's about family and then not be able to back it up, just like you learned in the inference and textual support video. Most meaningful stories are going to have more than one theme topic. So it could be about loyalty, friendship, and family, and that's okay. People are going to have different opinions about what they think the main theme topic is, and that's okay too. It's possible that they'll use different words to express it. Okay? Rather than saying envious, they'll say jealous, and that's okay too. So pause and make sure you use the rule of 5 to get those down. All right, so if the author doesn't come out and state what the theme topic is, how do you figure it out? How does the story give us clues to what it is? First of all, we can look at the characters. We can look at the conflict as well as the resolution, the events in the plot, and the title. So let's take a look at each of these individually. Characters. You can look at how the characters change. If they change in their loyalty, then maybe the theme topic is loyalty. What do the characters learn or realize? Do they realize something about family? Well, then the theme topic would be family. Let's take a look at an example. If you take the Hunger Games, these characters are all having to struggle and survive. So maybe the theme topic is something about struggle or survival. Right, the second one was conflict and resolution. So things you can ask yourself are, what is the conflict or struggle that the main characters face? Okay, so for example, the conflict may be that the stepmother is mean and tries to keep the sweet Cinderella from anything good. Well, how is the conflict resolved? After being good and kind, despite the example of her stepmother, Cinderella wins the prince and becomes queen of her family. So looking at that conflict and the resolution, we see a very clear good versus evil theme topic. And so that looking at the conflict and resolution will help you with that. So make sure you write down how you go about using conflict and resolution to help you figure out the theme topic. All right, plot events can also help you think about first what happens to the character and how does one event lead to another. So you look through that, you can start to pick up on things. So for example, you have in Harry Potter, Voldemort is always trying to get him. Event after event, that's what he's trying to do. And every single time his friends almost always help him out. So possible theme topics could be about evil and also about friends. Pause and make sure you write down the two ways that plot can help you figure out what the theme topic is. Finally, we can always look at the title. What big idea or topic does the title point to? May even mention it, but not always. And then how does the title relate to the story? When you can answer those two questions, they can give you a hint as to what the theme topic is. So for example, if you take Hunger Games, okay, maybe you're fighting for something. Okay, the idea, if you know what the Hunger Games are and what that's all about, then there's going to be, the theme topic's going to be something about fighting for something. Cinderella, we know that she is, the story is titled Cinderella because she is the main character and it's all about her goodness. And so that could be the theme topic. Pause and make sure you write down the two ways that the title can help you figure things out. All right, let's look at a quick case study. You don't have this in your guided notes, so you'll need to follow along on screen. So if you are familiar with the movie Remember the Titans, you know that the characters are both black and white characters and they have to make choices about how they're going to treat each other. Some characters learn to accept each other and some don't. So that could be a clue as to what the theme topic might be. The conflict is that all the football players have to be able to figure out how to come together as a team despite the racial tensions. And it is finally resolved because when they win the state championship and they learn to treat each other with respect. So this idea of coming together, something around those lines might be related to the theme. Okay, and then the plot. Let's look at some of the events. The high school hires a black head coach. He takes them to the summer training session, has them do various things so they can, work together as a team. But when they go back home, it doesn't quite work out, and some of the characters choose to fight against having blacks and whites together. Others are trying to support it. And finally, the title, Remember the Titans. In the movie, Coach Boone says that the Titans were greater than the Greek gods. He wants people to remember their team as being great too. For him, that means being successful and working together both on and off the field. So as we look at all of that, there are some common theme topics. First of all, the idea of unity, okay, that they can't be great unless they become united, as well as friendship, learning to make friends with people that are different than yourself. Okay, now this one is your job to figure out what the possible theme topics could be. And our case study is the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So let's take a look at it. You will have a copy of all of this information on your notes to follow along. Look at the characters. Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs, the Prince, and of course, the Wicked Queen. Conflict and resolution. The queen is jealous that her stepdaughter Snow White is more beautiful than herself. The conflict is finally resolved when the queen falls off a cliff. Poor queen. Some of the events in the plot: the queen sends Snow White into the woods. She sends a hunter after her, but he decides not to hurt Snow White. She finally takes a poisoned apple and gets Snow White to eat it. The queen eventually falls off a cliff. Snow White is rescued by the Prince Charming, with a kiss, of course. Let's look at the title, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Notice that the queen is not mentioned at all. So when we put all of that together, what is the theme topic? I want you to take a minute and just brainstorm some possible things in your notes, and we'll go over this in class. Okay, so now you need to make sure you have your summary and your hot question written on your notes, and turn them into Schoology. And if you are using a paper copy, then make sure you have a good quality picture loaded into Notability. Make the picture large enough to fill the entire page before submitting it.